As I begin this video, let me say this to all of you new women that might be watching this video, and also those young ladies, middle-aged ladies, and older ladies that have been watching me for quite a while, for years now. Uh, this video is not intended uh, to talk down on women, especially black women. It is not intended to destroy your character, because I can't do that. It's not intended to demean you or devalue you, because I can't do that either, because you believe in what you believe as it relates to yourself. And that's only you who can identify with who you are. So, this is my disclaimer, so to speak. I want to tell you that I respect all women, all black women, all Asian, all white women, every ethnic group of women, for that matter. And this is not an indictment against you. This is just uh, my dissertation, if you will, of some facts. And it's the truth. Sometimes, I find that we don't want to accept the truth, especially when it comes from a man. I'm talking about you women now. Even though all women that are listening to me right now, watching this video, this can apply to you, but I'm directing it to black women right now. So please govern yourselves accordingly. Now, ladies, the subject matter is, are black women calling themselves queens and divas overrated? First of all, what is a diva? According to the dictionary, a diva is a professional opera singer or singer. That's what a diva is. Now, over the past 10, 20 years, you've been hearing women labeled as divas across the board, running the whole gamut. All women that are singers, entertainers, uh, even women that are rappers, women that are in various forms of sports, and even political office, like Michelle Obama was called a diva by a lot of women celebrities and so forth. But what's a diva again? It is a professional singer or opera singer. But when black women use the term diva to identify themselves, what they're really saying is that I'm a person who is of a high caliber. I am a classy person. I'm a person to be respected and revered. And black men, when they call black women divas, they're basically saying the same thing. She's beautiful, she's voluptuous, she has a nice body, and so forth. She's a diva. But words have meanings. And that's the reason we have communication. It's because we are using terminology that expresses a thought, idea towards one another. Questions, declarations, and so forth. Words are used to communicate, and words are actually spirits. They have impact. Words can make a person angry, they can make a person sad, they can make a person happy, unsettled, whatever. Words can do this. So we must learn to keep things in proper context. A diva is not something that I subscribe to. I don't want to call a woman a diva, because to me, that term is overrated as it relates to black women. There are no women divas. There are women who have exceptional talent. There are women who are very intelligent. There are women who are very nice, women who are very beautiful, women who are very, if I didn't already say the word classy, there are women who are very feminine and not boyish like, and not trying to carry this air as if they are a male as opposed to a female. And that's it. Those are descriptions of women. But to call a woman something that she's not is to put her on a pedestal that she doesn't belong on. There is no such thing as a diva. Society will make up all of these acronyms and all of these different expressions to identify people forever, slang terms and so forth. But it doesn't make it so just because people begin to use it casually, frequently. It doesn't make it so. And while I'm on the subject, this is still the subject, queen. I've heard black women refer to one another as queen. Hey, queen. Hi, queen. Oh, girl, you know you're a queen. We queens. And you hear black guys referring to black women as queens. Oftentimes, the queens that they're talking about are women who are really aesthetically beautiful. Queens. Or women that they want to get in their underwear, they call them queens. Or just even in general, they call them queens as if it serves as a term of endearment, a term that puts them in a place where they are exceptional to anyone less than them or exceptional to any other race of women. And they're not. So let's say the men are kings and the woman is the queen and they're in a relationship. Is she treating him royally and him returning the same thing in kind to her, treating her the same way? Now, mind you, don't forget what I said about words again. Words should have meaning, and those words of meaning have some form of impact, right? Now, if you're calling a man king, that's a high status, and it's a rare status because all men can't be kings, and all women can't be queens because it's rare. Because if everybody were queens and kings, then there will be nothing to compare yourself with. No other type of person to compare yourself with because everybody would be on the same level at the top. You get what I'm saying? So, what does it take to be a queen? You have to have respect for the king. You have to appreciate the king. You have to have humility, even as a woman and not just simply for the guy that's in your life. And what about the single women who don't have a man? What about the single parents, female black parents, who have 3, 4 children by 3 or 4 men? Are they queens? What about the black woman that's always putting the black man down, saying that he's dusty? He's a broke nigga. He ain't got no money. He is a scrub. That's another term that they use. What about that woman? Is that becoming of a queen to talk about a king like that? These same black women have government assistance, not all of them, but a significant amount of them do. Food stamps, vouchers, subsidized living, Section 8, and so forth. And there's nothing wrong with that in its proper place. But they abuse the system and they take the government to be their husband or their man as opposed to having a good quality black man. I know you don't like what I'm saying, and I don't care if you like what I'm saying, but it doesn't mean that what I'm saying is not true. It's too many black women that are milking the system at the expense of the black man. Now, fellas, let me tell you something also, and ladies, let me encourage you on this as well. There are some dusty black men. There are some black men or some brothers that are not stepping up and not doing their jobs, not taking care of their children. But let me tell you something that I know to be a fact. It takes 2 people, the woman and the man, to bring a child into the world. When you enjoyed one another in your intimacy, both of you were okay with each other then. So why is it somewhere down the road all of a sudden, ladies, You can't stand the man anymore. It takes two to tango, as they say. You both are equally responsible for your relationship being successful and your relationship possibly failing. So, ladies, when you start calling yourself a diva and a queen, you need to get the definition right. You need to understand what a diva and a queen really is. And let's just dismiss the diva altogether and let's get with the queen part. There are no queens walking around unless it's exceptional, unless it's rare. Hypothetically, let's just say there's 1,000 women, black women, from 20s to the 60s and above. Out of 1,000 black women, how many queens do you think are in that group? Now, we don't have any statistics to show this, but if you live life every day, you observe it all the time. How many queens are in that group of 1,000? Less than probably 10%. Yes. 100? 75 maybe? Out of 1,000. So, I said that to say this. We need to sometimes, ladies, look in the mirror when no one else is around and ask ourselves, why? Why is it that I see myself as this individual that is riding so high, but I look down so low on the black man? Not just the man that I'm with or the men that I have been with, but all black men. We paint them with this broad brush and say that all black men are dogs. All men are dogs. No, they're not, because they're all different. Just like all women are different. There are some rare occasions when you will find some people who have very bubbly personalities. They love everybody. Women, black women. And then you will have some black women that if you watch the internet, if you watch television, if you watch how black women and black people, black couples are portrayed in the media and in the movies, they're always fighting. They are always at odds with one another. Why is this? Why do you always see the black woman taking the man to court for child support so she can get a check? In most instances, the women spend the money on themselves and not the children. I've experienced that through people that I know. I've seen it too many times. Research it. They spend the money on themselves. What it does is free them up from actually getting out and pursuing their own dreams. It doesn't free them up to get out and aspire to do something great and to be someone really special. And maybe one day they will come and meet a true man of quality, a true king who will accept them for who they are, when who they are measures up to being a queen. Now, will all women become queens that are in relationships with a good man or even a king? No, they won't. It is even more rare to have a queen and a king qualification in a relationship. God bless you if you have that relationship. But oftentimes when there's a very good black man who has king status, king standards, he handles his business. He's a provider, and not just monetarily, spiritually, physically, ethically, for his companion and his children. But just because he has king status does not mean that the woman is necessarily a queen. She can just simply be a very good woman. So ladies, stop ascribing. Stop striving to be something that you're not. and be who you are. Pull the layers back, take a deep breath, and say, I'm happy with me. I'm going to strive to be the best version of me that I possibly can. And I don't have to be a queen. If my man sees me as a queen because I'm doing everything that I possibly can to please him and to just live an honest, upright life, then that's wonderful, that's beautiful. But don't strive to be something that you only really see in Hollywood, because it's a fantasy and you're being delusional. Do you hear me talking to you? So when I see people labeled queen and divas, this is what I really see. When I look at the media, when I look at reality television show, and I don't do this on a regular basis. In my lifetime, I've watched it. Not for long. I'm not tuned in. I don't DVR anything like that. But when I do see those things, especially on shows, reality shows like Maury Povich and Jerry Springer over the years, and Steve Wilkos, and all of these other reality type shows, what I see all of the time, 99.9% of the time, I see a woman demeaning herself, debasing herself, degrading herself, when she can do much better. She's loud, obnoxious, profane, she's scandalous, she's unprofessional, she lacks proper diction, she can't speak well, every other word is an expletive. She's always talking down on the man and saying what he's not. When the real question should be, the display that you're putting on, what are you really? Think about it. Now, as I prefaced this video earlier, I said that I'm not attacking women, and I'm not attacking black women specifically in this particular video. I'm just trying to get you to think. You are beautiful. Every last one of you. You are beautiful in your own right. You have your own set of skills, your own set of value. You have to believe that for yourselves. Stop trying to identify with things that you see in Hollywood, things that you see on World Star Hip Hop, because that's not really what you are. Now, if you choose to be that, you are really denying yourself of your inward true potential. And you know what? People will respect you a lot more. They will appreciate you a lot more, and even love you a lot more, if you are being true to yourself, because they want to see you how you really are, not how you pretend to be a diva or a queen. This is Brother Teacher. I hope that this was of value to you. Yah loves you, and I love you. Be blessed wherever you are. So long.